Well, folks, it's officially been a year since I got this truck. So this is my 1999 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. It's got the 5.3 liter V8. It's two-wheel drive. And on February 1st of 2025, I got the truck. So today we're gonna go over the journey of owning it, the mods I've done, the dumb stuff I've done in it. So the first time I pulled this truck into the driveway, I took a step back and I kind of hated it. You know, I was in love, right? But she just didn't look great to me. It needed some work. That was something that was clear to me, at least at that fact. She needed some work, and I was more than willing to put some work into it because this truck, really, I could not be caught driving a truck that was bone stock, and I'm happy I changed a lot of it. But I instantly knew what I needed to do, and my taste has changed over the course of the year. I'll pull up a clip from the first time I ever got the truck, or the first video I ever made on the truck, where I said I wanted to do some things that I didn't end up doing. So for the changes I plan on making to this thing, I'm adding fender flares. I'm going to add a bug reflector to the front just because they're really cool. I'm adding rain protectors to the top of the window just because they also look cool. I might be adding a decal on the back tailgate, the Chevrolet decal, just because it looks cool. And that's about it. Oh, I'm also buying some Silverado 250 mirrors for this thing. I'm not a big fan of the way the mirrors look on these trucks. I do like the way they look on the 250s, or 2500s. So I'm going to be buying some 2500 mirrors. I keep thinking of a Ford F-250. So yeah, the tow mirrors, no go. I'm not putting tow mirrors on this thing. I have grown to like the normal mirrors. They look pretty nice and they're just better. So, also it's 1500 and I don't want to be caught with tow mirrors on a 1500. But yeah, so my taste changed. I knew what I kind of wanted to do first was get into some engine stuff. I wanted to chop the muffler off immediately, really get into the performance of the truck. But over time, I decided that the smaller things were more important, like the headlights. They were $80. The bug reflector right here, this piece of plastic, $80, $60. The things on my window back there, the window guards, $30. Taillights, $60. Toolbox is free. And tow hooks, I think they were like 15. So the small stuff, I wanted to focus on that. After I was kind of like, I don't have money. So yeah, the small stuff I started focusing on more, and I'm really happy I did because the setup is just really nice. I'm in love. The only other things from there that I wanted to do at the time was a lift kit and get new wheels and tires. Because as you can see here, the truck had some really not great tires and wheels on it. So yeah, the taste did change over the course of the year. Whenever I went from wanting to do more engine stuff to cosmetic, and I am super happy I did because the first mod I instantly knew I needed to do because I hated the factory radio was to put an Apple CarPlay unit in the truck, and I am super happy I did. I went with the Alpine ILX 650, and I am super pleased with it. It's not giving me any issues. It does everything I want. It's responsive. It doesn't lag. And if you want to see the YouTube video I made on that, I'll have that on my channel. And it's a good radio, and it was the first thing I ever did to the truck. I did it like 10 days after I got it, and I am super happy I did because I couldn't stand the normal radio. So from there, I went on to the smaller things because that was a big purchase. That was about $500. And from there, I believe I went to the exterior of the truck and I did the bug reflector. So the bug reflector was next. I don't like the front ends without the bug reflector. Just something about them. Cat eyes also, I don't necessarily like them without a bug reflector. but I needed this. This, in my opinion, completes the whole front end, plus the headlights. And I wanted to do the rain guards, so I did those. Also, at that time, I threw on the tow hooks and the toolbox. I did that. So there's that, and I was happy with the way it looked for a bit until I got more money, and I decided the front end still needs some love. So I got some clear white headlights, and I'm really happy with the way they look, especially in the snow. They look really good in the snow. But I got these, and I'm definitely happy I did, because it completes the front end. Besides needing a new bumper, plastic, the front end, in my opinion, is complete. And I'm very happy I did, because the clear headlights, they look better, and I did do an amber delete too on them, because I don't like the amber with the blue. And then I moved on to the taillights also, because the taillights needed some love. I hate orange and blue, I am sorry, but orange and blue is just not my mojo. And so I got some stock ones just without the orange, and I'm definitely happy I did, because I don't think any other tail light I would have been happy with. In the future, I plan on moving to LED bulbs up in the front, and then some sort of LED tail light and third brake light, but for now I am definitely keeping this setup. Then after I did the headlights and taillights, I chopped off the exhaust and put a Flowmaster Flow FX on there. If you watch the video on that, do not do what I did. I clamped it on, because about 3 days after I clamped it on, it fell off on the highway and I ran it over. So I would definitely have a shop weld that on, or do it yourself. I just had a shop do it for $160. I was like, yes, because I didn't have enough money to, well, I didn't want to get a new muffler, so I just had them use the old one. But yeah, so I did that. So that about wraps it up for the interior, for the exterior of the truck for now. I did end up going into the interior again, where after I did all of this stuff, I did the headliner. And I also did a interior lighting mod. If you want to see that, you can check it out on my channel. But the interior lighting mod, I'm super happy with. It was pretty easy to do. It just took a while. I did it one night, but I had to take apart all of the buttons and boards and stuff, and then stick LED strips in them. I had to put an LED controller in there, and I ran some floor lights too, and it looks pretty good. But with the headliner situation, I did a black headliner because I don't like the tan, and the only complaints I have with that, which it was super easy, and I definitely love it, but the only complaints I have about that mod would be the sun visors. I don't like those. I couldn't find ones that were black for like less than $100. Everything else was like $300. And also the grab handles on the roof, you can't delete those because that's what holds the headliner up. So it was super unfortunate because those had to stay tan. So sun visors and the grab handles are tan, but honestly, black headliner still looks better. So after I did those, I moved on to wheels. I finally got sick of the old wheels and tires. So they were 265 55 16s, I think, if that is at all even a tire spec. That's just what I think. And I wanted bigger tires. I was going for a Bubba build. And I also needed 17-inch rims because I wanted to do a lift kit in the future. And I needed some bigger rims because if you do a spindle lift on the two-wheel drives, you can't run 16 inches. So I hopped on Facebook Marketplace and I found a really nice pair. Here you can look at the back ones. I found a really nice pair of, or set of GMC stocks. They are 17 inches. And then I have 285 70-17 tires on here. They are Rocky Mountain all-terrain tires from Discount Tire. It's not quite Bubba build tires, but they're big and they fill the fender up pretty nicely. I also forgot to mention, after that, after I got the tires, I did notice that my sway bar was snapped. So I had to go online and order a new sway bar. I forgot what website it was. But I got a new sway bar for like $170. And I popped that on the front. And then it sat. I didn't do anything to it. After a while, I got bored. So I ordered an exhaust tip off of Amazon. And I chopped off the rear of the exhaust and put the exhaust tip on. And I stayed bored until recently, about 4 weeks ago, I decided to purchase my first ever lift kit. So on Amazon, I got 3-inch lift spindles for the front and nothing for the back. So it is squatted 1 inch. So I believe the front of the truck sits at 37 inches and the back of the truck sits at 36. I did that. That was really fun. I had help with my friend Elijah. He helped me do the driver's side. And after that, that's all I've done. Besides some other little things that I didn't mention, I did do some interior lighting stuff also, put some LED bulbs in and all that stuff. But that's it for all the big stuff that I did to this thing. And there's still more to come. As you can see, big old dents on this fender. I think that has to be related to the sway bar because this side was the side that was snapped. So the old owner probably got in a wreck or went into a ditch or something. But there's dents, so I gotta get a new fender. I do plan on fixing the rocker rust soon. I need to fix the back fender rust or just get a new bed, which I'd rather just get a new bed. And I would like to get some... I would definitely like to get a new windshield. So this windshield has a big crack on it. I don't know how visible it is from the video, but it's got a big crack that runs across it, and I'm not particularly in love with it. So I would definitely be interested in getting a new windshield, and then I want to put a 6-inch brow for tint across the top. So I want the windshield to be kind of tinted, and then I want there to be a brow. And then I want to get some tint for the driver and passenger side windows. The back is already tinted enough for my liking. You can't see through there. I don't know, that's from factory, so I don't know, there's nice tint there. And then I want to get into performance stuff too. So for the transmission, I want to put a Corvette servo in it, which a Corvette servo is around $60. I want to throw one of those in there. So that should help fix gear slipping. My truck doesn't deal with it a bunch if it's really cold and I didn't let it warm up, or I'm not easy on it and then I immediately am hard on it whenever it's cold. It does like to slip sometimes, but I would definitely like to throw a Corvette servo in there. And I want to throw a Chupacabra cam in there in the engine. I want to throw a cold air intake on there. I want to throw long tube headers on there. I definitely like the sound that long tube headers have. And I might change out the exhaust eventually, but I really do like my exhaust that I have, the Flowmaster FlowFX. So I also need to fix a few issues with the truck in the engine compartment. I definitely need to replace the oil pan gasket because that does leak pretty decently. And I also need to replace the oil pressure sensor because that leaks really badly. And it also makes my oil gauge dance. So I need to fix those. That's about it for the mechanical issues though on this truck. Also in the future, I would definitely like to debadge the truck and throw some new badges on. I have been thinking pretty heavily about getting some GMC door moldings here. I'm not in love with these. I definitely like the GMC door moldings more. They're more chrome. They look kind of like a silver bullet. I really like them, so I might throw some GMC moldings on. And I want to refresh the tailgate ones because those are just kind of old and crusty. So I want to get new badges for those. And then for the other door badge here, the 1500 badge, I want to put just maybe like a 5.3 Vortec badge on there. I won't be throwing a Vortec Max badge on here because it's not a Vortec Max. But yeah, so that's about it, besides the fact that I might want to get into some speaker setups, and I also will definitely be undercoating this. Because if you can't tell by the snow here, I live in northern USA, so the roads are salted. But anyway, that's about it for the things that I want to do. As of now, my taste will probably change, but as of now, that's what I want to do to this truck. And I am so happy and thankful for you guys for sticking with me on this journey of owning it, and I am really excited to see how these next few years come to play, because this truck and you guys have helped me so much. Anyway, that wraps it up for this video. I can't believe it's been a year already, and I don't know, we'll have to see what this year brings with this truck, because hopefully I get into some more big stuff, because I've done a lot to it. But yeah, anyway, that wraps it up. So I'll see you guys in the next one.